We just arrived in Rajgir, Bihar, in the north of India, all the way from the south in Gokana and Karnataka. And it's a long trip, I can tell you that. We had to spend the night in Delhi airport, but we are here and we are in a new guest house, hotel if you will. There's zero power, they don't have Wi-Fi, and look, that's all well and good, but when you advertise it, it should have Wi-Fi, it should have at least electricity. So quick look around before we show you guys around Rajgir. Kind of like 2 single beds, and the mattress is rock hard. It's like really living in a monastery. There's Gayam. How's your first thoughts on the hotel room?
I think I've stayed at worse than this. So I'm pretty sure power is, I think, some switch is off, that's why.
The electricity is probably out.
It'll be...
Bihar is one of the poorest states in India, so electricity is always hard to come by.
I'm not too worried, yeah.
And here's outside, as you see, lots of rice paddies. There's some construction going on here. We're in an area where there are actually a lot of hotels specifically for Buddhists who come to Rajgir for Vulture Peak, where the Buddha would come for retreat, which we will show you guys later in the video. So we just wanted to show you just the guest house at the moment. Here's the bathroom, have a look. We've definitely had worse. Shout out to a shop guest house in Sutter Street, Calcutta, if you know what I mean. If you know, you know. So it's not too bad, but again, we're just paying overs for this type of place. That's the only problem.
Oh yeah, that's a huge problem actually.
Yeah.
We are paying actually a lot for this type of room, but I mean, like, even nicer place, it'll go up to like over 50 Australian dollars, if you can believe it. It'll just be like maybe just a little bit better than this.
Yeah.
It's one of those places where if you find a place, just the average rate is higher than other place because of the significance of this place, and since not that many people are traveling, so it's kind of accommodation is scarce, so they just charge whatever they want.
And what are we getting stung for this?
32 Australian dollars, which is pretty stiff.
A bit stiff, isn't it?
Very.
This, in the old days, I tell you guys, this would be a $12 guest house.
Yeah.
And the irony is, as you'll see as this video series goes along, when we get to Bodh Gaya, an old guest house that we used to go to there is still the same price, and they haven't really changed the prices in Bodh Gaya. And it's half the price of this. Actually, less than half the price.
Less than half of the price.
Yeah, and better.
And better, and much more homely.
Homely, yeah.
I think family own the business, and very clean, and they really look after you. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure we'll have a good stay here, but once we get to Bodh Gaya, we might be happier.
Yeah. What's gross, love? Did you buy some new toilet paper?
Oh yeah, I might as well start using it. Yes, right now.
All right, let me have a look at your handiwork. Oh. Oh my God! Look at that. There's no volume in that.
It's gross.
It's rock hard.
It's been soaked and left it. They left it like that.
And mud on the toilet. I mean, they've just thrown the towel in at this joint. I'll tell you. I don't think there's been anyone staying here since 2019.
Oh yeah, it's gross. Again, I don't mind it. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
They have everything you need, but those little things just put you off.
They matter, yeah. So if you wanted to take a big dump and you go to grab the toilet.
No, I don't even want to touch it. I was thinking to throw it away, but I don't even.
No, just leave it there.
Yeah,
Anyway, guys, that's the hotel. We'll take you guys around. We're going to get some rest. It's been a long day, so we'll see you guys tomorrow. We're walking into the Brahma Kund. It's a hot spring. I'm thinking that Kund means hot spring. And I'm probably wrong, and I'm sure someone will correct me in the comments if I am. But, but yes, We're walking up into the Brahmakund famous hot spring here in Rajgir. Look, this is beautiful, isn't it? And for those who don't know, Brahma is the creator god in Hinduism, or the creative principle to be technically correct, not a god. One aspect of the Trimurti, Vishnu, Shiva and Brahma. As you guys can see behind us, look how beautiful this is with the background. That don't know if you can see just behind the Brahmakund temple here, you can see a small Jain temple up on the mountain. And that's the beautiful thing about here in Rajgir, actually. There's a beautiful symmetry between the three Dharmic traditions actually in this town. You'll find Jainism, Buddhism and also Hinduism here. And we'll try to explore as much of that as possible in the next couple of days. That's that Jain temple I was telling you guys about up there on the hill. We're going to walk over there in a minute. You see up on the hills over here, there's more, even further out there. We'll end up going to Shanti Stupa eventually. But this is basically Rajgir. Look, this is a shot. Not much going on. And we are staying just over there. There isn't much over there. Wow. There's a bit of a drop here. Yeah, you wouldn't want to go too close. Want to take a jump, look?
No.
Ah.
No, thanks.
Tomorrow.
I'm fine.
We'll do it tomorrow. So as you guys can see, there's a Brahmakund down there. And here's actually a nicer spot, nicer shot of it actually. That's a more clean and sanitary version of the hot spring down there. But not many people go on that one. Maybe it's too recent, too artificial, as opposed to over here, which is a lot older. Yeah, let's have a look here. Yowza. Just look at this valley here. This is amazing. Don't sleep on Rajgir, I'm telling you. I was skeptical when I first showed up, but now I'm completely sold on the joint. We only have about 4 days here. Well, we only planned for 4 days, but I don't even know if we're going to be able to fit everything in. We've also got to get to Nalanda, if you can believe that. So, and that's a day trip. So we'll see. We'll see how much we can fit in. Guy has picked something out that is very unique. It's a Bodhi tree growing out of the wall. Look at that. That's insane. And as you all know, with Bodhi trees, they usually grow really big, so this structure here is in for a hell of a time in the next 50 years, I'd say. Hey, Korea. Yes.
Australia.
Australia, yeah.
Australia, no.
Yeah. No, we have. Yeah, we have. What's happening? Wow, it's the scene around here, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Australia,
Guys, it's basically a dump around here. We're trying to get up to the Jain temple, and then on this side is just an absolute dump. What's going on now? Bit of love in the dump. And one thing I can say, there's bloody flies everywhere here.
Oh well, no wonder.
It is a dump site, really. And then you got chai shops here, and you know, it's not appetizing for a chai, that's for sure. I'll give that a miss. Again, looking for the Jain spot. find the dump spot. Anyway, it is what it is. Alright, we're not going up today. We'll live to fight another day, yeah?
Yeah.
We found the Bhutanese temple in Rajgir. It's not quite done, but it looks like it's going to be beautiful when it is. And there's a few of these around in the area. Not Bhutanese, but other countries like Thai and also Japanese. We'll try and get around and have a look at some of them as well. A bit late in the day. And it seems as though everywhere around Rajgir shuts early. You can't really get anywhere for a good sunset. Guys, it's pretty impressive here at the Japanese temple. A bit of peace, a bit of reprieve. Not that the town is busy or anything, but it's just nice to come in here and just feel that energy. Yeah, it's super quiet. Actually, it's popular with the Indians, but they're really respectful. And yeah, actually the guy drumming, if you saw, he's Indian as well, so he's been part of this monastery for who knows how long, but it's beautiful. He's doing the deep mantra like you'd expect in Japanese or in Tibet. So we are at Vulture Peak and also Shanti Stupa. It's up here somewhere. You could probably see the Shanti Stupa up here. It's a blistering hot day. And actually the main highlight out here really is Vulture Peak. And I'll explain more about that when we go up there. So, and there's two ways to go up to the Shanti Stupa. There's the cable car and there's obviously by foot. And so we'll see how we get up there. We're still undecided at the moment.
Yeah, we decided to take the cable car because it's kind of midday, it's pretty hot, so maybe we'd come down by foot. And yeah, there's actually, you can take two different kind of cable car is in proper cable car, and the one like a one-seater, like there's actually a picture. Yeah, you just sit by yourself and the one cable car on your own, so it's pretty fun. But I mean, yeah, we just wanted to get up there, so we'll see how.
How much was it though?
Yeah, so just a normal cable car is 120 rupees, which is about $2. The single one, the sitting on your own, is 100 rupees, so it's a bit less than $2, I guess.
Yeah. The single one looks more adventurous, but the problem is if it kind of slips off, then you're going for a fall. I don't know.
Yeah, there is no like a window, nothing. You just hold this bar that's supposed to be secure, but yeah.
Those who have been skiing a lot probably are scoffing at us right now because,
hello,
you know,
chocolate.
hey, what's happening? No chocolate, later. And so I know a lot of you skiers out there, you get the single car and it's not a problem, but I'm not saying it's a problem. It could be a problem. Who knows? Anyway, we're going up either way.
इस्लामाबाद से उस पे से गए थे अब लौटे पैदल
पैदल तो होगा ही है, वो सीढ़ी तो नहीं है।
खींचो साइड से भेज देंगे बल्ली है। पॉलिटिक्स अच्छा खेलता है, पॉलिटिक्स अच्छा खेलता है।
हाँ रुको रुक, हाँ ठीक है।
Thanks, brother. Well, we didn't trek up here quite like the Buddha, but he wouldn't be so stupid to trek up here in March. So, best bet is to cut the trip in half. Cable car up, walk down.
यात्रियों का सिंगल रुपए और केबिन रुपए का यात्रा कर।
So we are at the Vishwa Shanti Stupa, and from first impressions it looks almost like the Peace Pagoda in Pokhara in Nepal. It's a little different. Might even be a bit bigger maybe. What do you think, it's a bit bigger so far?
Yeah, yes, maybe a tiny bit bigger, but very identical.
Yeah.
Yes.
Similar theme. It's kind of similar to the dome you get in Anuradhapura in Sri Lanka, where the second oldest tree in the world is the sapling of the original Bodhi tree. So guys, this is gonna be hot. So
हम दोनों सेम ही है ना?
see how Shanti we remain. Go down the sideline where there's shade.
यहाँ पे एक ग्रुपिंग फोटो होगा, सब लोग अरे आशिक सब लोग आ जाओ।
Wow, it's impressive. I tell you. Actually, the ground's not so hot. Hard to give pranams here when you've got tourists. We'll do our best. It's an easy life, isn't it? Guys, one thing for sure about these monkeys, they sure know how to chill in the shade, that's for sure. So the Shanti Stupa isn't ancient like what we're going to see down in Vulture's Peak. It's not from the time of the Buddha. But I think it was built around the 60s or 70s. I'll put it up on the screen now. A lot of it was donated, and a lot of it was built, I think, in the 60s and 70s. And so I wouldn't say it's as peaceful as the Peace Pagoda in Pokhara, because it gets quite a lot of tourism here, but it's beautiful, man. Up here is just, you just get this mountain range out of nowhere in the plains of Bihar, which is crazy. So here, guys, as you see, if you want to pause your screen, this is when and how and who it was built by. It all came from the mind of Fuji Guruji, a Japanese monk, Buddhist monk, and with the work of Mahatma Gandhi. A lot of these peace pagodas, or peace stupas if you will, came about. Guruji built about 70 peace pagodas all over the world, and this one here, this Shanti Stupa in Rajgir, was actually completed in 1969. Fuji Guruji's mentality was about having these actually for a place of quiet contemplation and meditation. All of these big stupas around the world. But as with anything, like anything modern society touches, it becomes a place for sightseeing, unfortunately. Look at that. It could only evoke meditation. but it becomes a place to come and get your photo, do a dumb vlog like what I'm doing, instead of what its original intention was for contemplation and meditation. What do you think of that one, love?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Beautiful, huh?
Yeah, I also like what's around it as well. There's a little pagodas and to remember the monks who passed away, who resided here, and big bell, and also little Japanese, like a little temple.
Yep.
And Zen style pagoda as well.
Yep.
So it's beautiful.
It's really beautiful. Now we're actually heading down from the Shanti Stupa now. We're going down to the reason why we kind of came to Rajgir, one of the reasons. Nalanda's the other reason. And we'll speak a little bit about that when we get down there. Guy was just saying that it seems as though only Buddhist tourists come to a place like Rajgir. There's no backpackers, no random foreigners. Not sure why, because have a look at all of this. And we've both got this all to ourselves right at the minute. But there's just no one here apart from Indian tourists, so it's really crazy.
Yeah.
This is one of the caves that the Buddha himself would have meditated in. And Guy was just saying how cool it is in here. It's blistering hot out there. It's March, keep in mind. And in here, I mean, it drops down like 5 degrees possibly. And you could really see why the Buddha would pick this type of location, particularly when it was the hot season here. And then it's India, keep in mind, there's only 2 seasons. Blistering hot and a little bit cooler than blistering hot. So winter here. So, but this is an unbelievable cave, beautiful. Have a look around in here. Look. Some Thais donating some baht. Kind of the shape of the Buddha sort of line there, but it's just kind of rocks. And the gold foil everywhere. You see here. Wow, guys, it is a farm of prayer flags up here. Crazy. And little rock stupas that people have made. Ooh. And there's a Shanti Stupa up there. Look at this. It's like a wonderland of prayer flags. Just magical, look at this. Man, you get lost in here. So guys, this is one of the reasons why we came here, Vulture Peak. Now the significance of this place is that the historical Buddha would come up here for his own private sadhana, his own practice. He'd even give some teachings here and just spend some leisurely time up here. And you can see why. It's such a beautiful place, and it's actually a lot cooler than it is up on the mountain up there. I suppose it's in the shade, and also there's a pretty cool breeze that flows through here. But there's a lot of ancient architecture here, around here, that you'll see. And we're going back thousands of years here, keep in mind. And so, yeah, the Buddha, he'd come from probably like places like Sarnath over near Varanasi, come over here, take a pit stop, you know, do his own private retreat and give some teachings. So, you know, he wouldn't teach all the time here, I heard. It wasn't like what was happening in Sarnath. So and also he could just come for his own leisure time, and to get away from probably the rigors of Sarnath Varanasi or even around Bodh Gaya. So actually one of the most beautiful places you'll see on this Buddhist pilgrimage through North India, if you ever choose to do it. And so a lot of people only go to mainly the 4 sites, so Bodh Gaya, Sarnath, Kushnagar and Lumbini, and they forget about all of these sites that are off the track and are significant in the Buddha's life as well. And so as you see up here, have a look at this. Beautiful. And so one of these rocks behind us this rock here, if you look at it from a particular angle, kind of looks like a vulture. I'm not sure, but you look at it from a particular angle, but it kind of looks like a vulture. And I remember listening to a talk with Yuta Dhammo talking about like life itself, and not that this place is a place to celebrate life, but it's about like using Buddha as an example of a life worth celebrating and following the spiritual path. So I think that's a kind of a good message, isn't it? And that's one of the reasons that you would even come up to somewhere like Vulture Peak and visit Rajgir, is to not just celebrate the life of the Buddha, but also to think about your own life, and is your life one worth celebrating? And in saying that, as Yuta Dhammo was saying, in following the teachings of the Buddha and being a sincere practitioner of spirituality and following the path. So that's something for all of us to think about. And I can tell you, if you want to come up here and contemplate, there's not much better places in the world than up here. There's some beautiful caves that I'll show you around too. And as I said to you, it's a farm of prayer flags. It's a beautiful place. Highly recommend coming up here. I'm not sure what this would have been in the day. But this is where we offer pranams now. Some sort of shrine possibly to the Buddha back in the day. Or a cottage, a type of cottage to stay in. This is where you offer pranams. There's obviously some generous Buddhists around here. If you thought 100 baht, 500 rupee, 2000 rupee, 1000 baht is a lot, then someone dropped off a Benjamin. So anyway, being Buddhist, no one's ever going to touch that. If it is a real $100 bill. So if you look around here, unbelievable. It's kind of a unique rock formation, isn't it? It's just kind of facing. As you see, like the vultures head up here. I think the wing here, like this. Oh, around here. Ah, okay. Grossmeter. There's a cave in here. Oh, we're down. Mahabodhi Temple, Bodh Gaya. One of the best places you'll ever go to. Well, you won't be reading that anytime soon, I'm sure. Random. Nice cave though. Cleverly put the stupa holding the rock up. So I don't know if you guys think that looks like a vulture. It kind of does. The actual name of the place is Gidrakutta, which means actually just simply vulture. So Gidrakutta Hill. With the cave, what's the significance there?
Oh, it just says they actually call it stone house. So in the 7th century, there's a Chinese monk came here and did the practice. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure there were many before him. But yeah, the stone is just gigantic, and when you sit under it, it's very cool
Yeah, yeah.
in this scorching heat.
Yep.
So it's a perfect place. So it's a perfect place for sadhana,
Yeah.
no matter if it's hot or cold.
And we were in there for a time, and it's really cool, isn't
Yes.
it? It's nice and you'd have to think that. I was thinking we were talking about how the Buddha found this type of place, because there's many places, right? There was probably people coming to this type of location before him, right? Because of the caves, the sadhana, and meditation.
Yes, and you can feel it how the energy is so good up here. There's something about this the desert plain land feel, and there's a mountain around it adds to the atmosphere. So
Yeah.
it is quite a special place.
So inside one was actually baked clay tablets that the Chinese monk actually found as well. So who knows what those baked clay tablets were and what was written on them, but there's not much information on that either. So it's just a sign on a board here telling you about it, so they don't really go into great depths.
A few moments later.
We are on a mission to find a taxi for Nalanda tomorrow. So Nalanda's only about 30 minutes away, but English to Hindi here is not quite working. Not many people speak English, so we're in the town of Rajgir trying to find a taxi for tomorrow. And I want to tell you guys, old Rajgir, she's a dusty old beast, that's for sure. Nice town, but really dusty. And also, one thing you probably don't know about Bihar is that it's a dry state, so you won't find any grog in town. And if you get caught drinking it, then you're going to be doing time. It's treated like drugs are treated in the West. And actually, it's a good thing, I think. Like, you know, when we look at the damage sometimes alcohol does. So, nothing against alcohol, but that's what they do in Bihar. So, it's a dry state. There's other dry states, actually, in India as well. But Bihar is known for it because, you know, the Buddhist influence, particularly around these areas. So, how'd you go, love?
Yeah, it's a mission. That's what it shows on the map and how it actually is are two different things. So just one thing at a time. Like if little things can be very challenging. So finding one is the first step.
Ready? I'm pick up.
Okay, very good.
There you go.
Okay.
Rajgir town is full power, I'm telling you. There's a lot of action.
Fresh fruit.
Good business.
Very smart.
Yeah. You from Rajgir? Oh yeah, nice to meet you. See you.